Christianity spread in Britain, literacy increased, and the Roman alphabet replaced by the old runic letter. So runic letters or runic alphabet were used by the Anglo-Saxon and were used by the Viking. So the Roman alphabet were replaced by the old runic alphabet. So poetry was still mostly spoken, but more poems were written down. Still the poetry literature was spoken but not written down. Since there were no printing press, so books had to be copied by the hand, so only a few Anglo-Saxon poems have survived. Now, the most famous is the Beowulf, an epic about a legendary hero. But we do not know that who wrote this epic poem Beowulf, because the author is unknown. So another important manuscript, that is the Exeter book, and contains many old English poems including the Seafarer and the Wives' Lament, and there were 90 riddles. Also they were in oral form, but we do not know that who wrote them, right? That is a manuscript that is known as the Exeter book, and in this Exeter book consists of many old English poems including the Seafarer, like the stories and the legends of the Anglo-Saxon, right? Because they were seafarer, and the Wives of the Laments, and over 90 riddles. Now, most Anglo-Saxon poems were written by unknown author. One of the few named poets was a monk, and his name was Cadmus, right? So if we know the author of a few poets, so one of them is known as Cadmus. How we know Cadmus? Cadmus is mentioned by the historian Bede when he was writing ecclesiastical history of the English people. So he mentioned there the name of Cadmus, that he was a monk and he was a poet also. So who wrote in Latin and the language of the church? Who wrote in Latin? That was Bede. Bede wrote in Latin ecclesiastical history of English people, and there he mentioned a poet and a monk. His name was Cadmus. Writing in English became more common during the time of King Alfred the Great. He was a great king, right? And he brought a lot of transformation to England. In 891, he started the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, a historical